Welcome. I am Crimey Queen, the author of The Crimson Light, A Bridge to Actualizing Self-Love, and Volume 2, Getting Onto the Bridge of Actualizing Self-Love. So the purpose of this video is just to introduce you to The Crimson Light, A Bridge to Actualizing Self-Love, and perhaps would answer a few of your questions. Well, what made me write The Crimson Light, or how did it come about, or what was the inspiration behind it? Okay, just a few questions. I hope I can answer because most people do ask me those questions. So, if you've ever got to a place in life where you feel you know that there is more to you than you have achieved, you know that there are dreams yet to be fulfilled, you know there's something etching in you wanting to be expressed and wanting to um, make itself known. And of course, we all have those dreams and aspirations and feelings, and for various reasons, we can validate why we never get around to doing them. It was the broken marriage, or we have children, or it's the career, and we can find, of course, mountains of reasons why we have not achieved what is most precious to us, or one of the most important dreams, if you like, because as for me, I kept putting this on my list of things to do every year, write a book. It still would come up year after year, writing a book. Okay. And into the date of publication, it had been 10 years when I checked my journal that um, that I knew within me there was a book that I had to write. I knew that I was a writer, or I am a writer, but I had not, for various reasons, got around to writing. I even found myself doing different projects that I thought, okay, I really don't have to do this anymore. But I knew deep down I was kidding myself, and I would not be fair to myself. I could not ultimately love myself until I did that which was seeking to be expressed, because that which was seeking to be expressed is really a deep part of who I am. And unless I had taken the time to express that energy, or that talent or gift or message, or whatever one would want to phrase it as, I would not find ease within myself. I would not know how to love myself fully, and hence why there's a emphasis on actualizing self-full love, because I had hidden under the umbrella of self-love, and the umbrella of self-love I thought would have been sufficient to say, okay, I love myself, I have a decent career, I am respected, and I could validate um, my complacency had I chosen to do that. And I'm sure we all can, because we are so creative at doing that. But I really thought, no, it came to the stage that I thought, no, feel the fear, according to Susan Jeffers, and do it anyway. And luckily, in conversation with some friends one night, and we were talking, of course, about writing books. And he said, I will write my book, even if it means I'm the only one who reads it. And I thought that was really funny, but that was really so true for me. Of course, I've gone on to write in my book. Not so sure about him right now, but it's often, and this is the thread of the Crimson Light, nothing happens by accident or coincidences, but the choices we make. That night, I decided I was going to write my book. I was going to write a book. And even if my friend had spoken the words that he was going to do it, which he hasn't done it, but I did. It was the message. It was as if an angel was speaking to me. It's as if it was a divine message that it was time to do that. In fact, to confirm this, I had people giving me gifts of pencils. One person gave me a pack full of pens and pencils, and another with lots of watches, like lots and lots of watches. And I was some were good, and some perhaps I don't know, but some stopped and some went on, whatever the message was. But I took the time to understand that this was not by chance that I was given pencils and watches. And so I ask, well, what is the significance of this gift? What, what is the message here for me? It was very, very clear that it is time to write. Time to write. Of course, I was always writing, scribbling, and writing down my thoughts. Um, but of course, this was another level. It was time to take it to another level. And so the Crimson Light, to just give you some idea of this story of Lavia, who, of course, had been abused sexually, mentally, physically, as a child and even into her adulthood too. But Lavia's story is one of such that has taken her onto a path because she has taken this very determined spirit to finding peace in within herself, to finding joy, to finding the flip side of that which she has experienced. And Lavia seemed to have gone with that intention to make her misery, if you like, a joyous ending or a joyous path or a joyous resolution. The crux of this story is really one to actualize self full love, to find a place of feeling so full of love because Lavia by nature is a giving person. She is loving, she is giving and caring. And the time of writing Lavia or telling her story or conveying her story, Lavia had felt somewhat depleted. It was time to be replenished, but she also knew that not until she got into loving herself completely, accepting all the parts of herself that she had not really liked or had not really paid attention to or fully accepted, Lavia was ready to accept and look at her journey and look at her past. It was important that she looked into the past. It was important to face what fear that had stopped her from progressing and fulfilling her desires to becoming a self-accepting person. So this path, this journey of self-actualization, of course, rest on Abraham Maslow's self-actualization theory. And Lavia had discovered that, yes, she had learned how to survive. She had learned how to um, fulfill her basic needs. But she also knew that there was one deep desire within her to have a sense of identity. That was very, very important for Lavia to be able to have some sense of self belonging, self respect in a way that she could identify with. And just to encapsulate the essence of this, the Crimson Light, self-full love, of course, the Crimson Light is the energy that Lavia experienced within her that is that gives her that sense of rebirth, that gives her that sense of liberation and self acceptance, self realization, and has taken her onto this path that where she is now able to see. Well, not to give too much away, of course, but to see life in all its beauty and all its glory, and like a beautiful rose. And she understands that life is really like a rose with, of course, roses are not they don't come about without their thorns, but they are beautiful flowers with sweet smelling fragrance, and of course in they are crimson, so it's a red rose. And so I'll leave you with that. And perhaps you might feel free, of course, to explore the Crimson Light a little bit more. And I will have another video on the second volume, Getting Onto the Bridge of Actualizing Self-Love. And perhaps I hope I have been of some benefit in clarifying or giving some information on this volume, The Crimson Light, A Bridge to Actualizing Self-Love. Thank you for watching, and share, like, and subscribe. Thanks. This is Crimey Queen.